where we can get excited about putting this up into reality together as opposed to...
Well, I thought that was the point of his muse.
You know what I mean, as opposed to running
Well,
away
first
and
we have to
thinking-
figure out, what we're doing before we start doing
Yeah,
it.
Okay,
we have
well,
to
then-
work on the application. But you know
Okay.
what? One thing I wanted to say about you, where I think you're going,
Yeah.
kind of the way a jazz group would
There you go.
record or perform something right on the spot. They just improvise. They're a good collection
exactly.
of individualities,
Right.
and they make something right on the spot. We could write something.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think
Yeah,
that
let's
would be
do
a
that.
good
I
idea.
don't have a problem.
I think that would be a really cool
I can
idea.
try it. I've never done
Actually,
Yeah.
right at the
Okay, here's the
table,
trick.
right here, right
Here's
at the
the
table.
trick. When you're playing jazz, okay, the whole idea is the piece is here. It's not here, it's not there, it's not there, it's not there, it's not there. The piece is here. And so what each person does is have total fun, shoot towards the center, and then you said that, and then, oh, that's cool, I'll do that, and then you said that, and we, oh, I'll do that, and you said
And
that.
then we
you
all
did
have the
that.
opportunity to go, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
We don't
Or,
do that
yeah,
in
that's great.
Hold it. In
Hold it.
jazz,
You
never
You don't have
do-
chance in jazz.
Right.
It's already out
Right,
there.
that's
No,
right. It
it's
just
all,
keeps going.
if the whole...
I'll give
Well, I've heard some improvisation that sucked too.
Kaz,
Yeah,
let me give you an experience I had.
but some of it is great.
A seminal music, you'll love this, a seminal music experience. Okay, I put together this enormous show here with battleships and helicopters and churches and ambulances and musicians on the rooftops and all that kind of, you remember that, right? Okay, it was bringing the city as a whole musical instrument together. I had the jazz group together, which were very heavy-duty musicians in San Diego, with Charlie McPherson and Zoller and everybody, except there was one person who was getting her PhD in improvisation at UCSD, in musical improvisation. And we were rehearsing, okay, and we brought out beers, for the jazz musician, and we're all playing, and we all of a sudden hear this, she's playing piano, right? We heard this beer bottle go, and we all stopped going, what the F is that? And she gets up and she goes, this is just not working. This is just not working. And we all went, huh? What? And so...
You're not working.
So afterwards, after the show and everything, and it really worked. There was a lot of news and ABC and blah, 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 and etc. We were at the after party, and I said to Charlie McPherson, who's a really old established jazz player, I said, what do you do about that? We all remembered that little click. And he said, Arthur, I spend months putting together who I'm going to put together in the show. I think about everybody, and I think about this person, how they would work with that person, work with that person. And he said, because that's what makes the music.
Yeah, the combination of the people.
And he says, for me, when I do a piece, I really study instrumentation. I decide what instruments it takes me a long time to figure out the instruments. But what he was doing is figuring out the people, in a jazz context. And I learned that was a very seminal experience for me. Is just learning that the right people make the right music, make the right situation. And so, in that humble way, modest way, I'm contributing to the idea is that if we can have fun doing this, and you especially, it's just play with it. You've put a wonderful sketch together here for something gorgeous to, fantastic.
Yeah,
to come out of.
I'm happy to do it. I mean, I would probably want to go back and polish it later.
Well, do that within
But-
another
but-
context without us.
No, I mean, after we've done the brainstorming and,
I think it's very well written and technically
Yeah, I like
it was
it too.
good.
I would
really
like to see more
all that stuff.
characters
The only
that
thing
you
I don't like is the
developed.
bottom line. That's-
yeah. Well, I could probably rewrite that one.
See, the other thing that I wanted to
We'll
contribute,
have coffee.
We'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, but see, I think, which he already put in the play, the idea that maybe this isn't just the end of Barsoom, I mean, it's true in this case that Mars isn't like this, but there's no saying that planet like that can't really exist somewhere.
Well, I didn't really say that, but I can certainly,
But,
you know, I
you
can
know.
pretty put that into it. Or just like this,
I mean, the universe is big enough and strange enough that could be true.
That could certainly be put into it. You could, you know,
John,
dramatically, I think it kind of weakens it because I sort of wanted to come to a conclusion.
Right, yeah, I understand that.
But
Yeah.
That's very scientific.
See, John,
I believe in narration. I think there's such a thing as a story,
okay,
which is not a post, which is
Well,
not a
Kaz's
post,
whole criticism
is-
of it was that he wanted it to be more open-ended
which
and
is
let
not,
the audience
which is
think.
not a postmodern view at all.
can I add something
Yes,
there?
of course.
With my friends in Hollywood, I drive them nuts
Yeah.
in this way, is that I always tell them there's no such thing as story. Story doesn't exist, okay? It's all a frame of reference in the mind, and movie makers hate that, because it's all about making a story.
And so does the audience.
Not necessarily, there's been some great plays,
No, ambiguity has its place. I
you know,
agree.
attacking the audience, theater.
So other than
Ambiguity
story,
is not what I'm talking about, or vagueness. I am not talking about. That's
I know,
the
I know.
enemy. That is.
I know.
I'm talking about what a question. You know, point at something that's infinite.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so here's the plan.
Well, we
okay,
can-
Arthur,
somebody
please
grab
tell
the
us
wheel
what the
again.
plan is.
The plan is, let us have, instead of blah, blah, blah session, let's have a real creative session, where we sit down and we go, okay, wait a minute, I'm, before I say this is the plan, I'm asking you guys, shall we do this?
I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet, okay, then why don't you guys have coffee, okay? And then,
Are you saying that you're not convinced about using this play as the
I'm not-
vehicle for our project?
Yeah,
Right, no,
I'm
he's
not.
not,
You
no.
know, it's like I said. I don't have any. The only problem I have is the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, which is the crux of the whole thing. That's the
okay,
problem.
but could we solve that in a creative session, though?
I don't know. Maybe we can.
Maybe we could.
Yeah.
You know, maybe with the whole.
That's,
Or
you know,
creative
the thing
session
is,
could be the
these are
dialogue.
two scientists.
Or you actually suggested though we don't have to do just one thing.
I'm seeing all this wonderful art coming out of it, and I've got all sorts of music going through my head of
Yeah, right,
having
sure.
to deal with it.
We're all very creative people. I think once we get a framework set down, we're just going to go to town.
Okay,
It's
so
gonna be-
let me
it's
try
just
to
the framework.
contribute to the framework, okay?
Okay.
And I will,
you already had. You just
but I will be
you grab the
redundant.
wheel and
Hold it, I'll be redundant again, okay? If you two guys, okay, can face your reliance on dichotomy. Okay, you know, Marcus Aurelius said it takes the upper teeth and the lower teeth to chew. Okay, like conservatism and, you know, socialism.
But there is upper teeth and there is lower teeth.
Yeah.
Hold it. Okay. That doesn't mean it's the whole world, though.
Oh, that means
Okay.
it's a mouth.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and we have no problem with the mouth, but we know that there's an upper set of teeth and there's a lower set of
Okay,
teeth.
so here's what I'm saying is
I
that
can't chew on that.
is what I'm saying is that
Big bite, huh?
if you guys can get under and beyond the idea of that there's a dichotomy between the end of science fiction and the authority of science. Okay? In other words, science, hard science doesn't trump the imagination, and the imagination doesn't squirrel science or something like that. If you can get beyond that whole, you know, dynamic, okay, it would be fun to play with this as a start point. Okay, I have some agreements with Kaz a little bit on this project. I have a few reservations, which are in the practical philosophical sense. Okay, if I can use those words together.
Practical, philosophical.
If I can use those words together.
If you make them, you know, concise and clear.
Okay, what the contribution to an audience that we have to make, I mean, to the rest of the human race, basically, in doing any of this stuff has to go, you know, take a lead beyond what's already been done and known and, you know, played out, okay? And there's some conceptual parameters in here that have already been trodden, okay, in terms of fiction and ideas, which doesn't mean the whole thing is, but there are certain parts of it that need an acceleration and
Which one specifically, or would you? Or
addressing certain questions that are being addressed, which is,
Okay.
and I hate to say this, but I'll say it, is the dichotomy between imagination and science.
I think that's a very serious question. I think that's one of the points of the DNA
But see,
creativity.
but here it's been addressed in things like the Twilight Zone. Okay, there's been many series where space is imaginary and people have dealt with that stuff. There's stuff in CSI going on now and a million things where the reason for it, okay, here's what I'm not explaining myself very well, is that the reason these discussions are coming back is because there's a tendency in entertainment to want to hire the caliber of entertainment intelligence.
I disagree.
And-
I think it's a tendency to lower it to the lowest denominator. In my experience,
I agree with John.
my experience watching these TV shows is that they tend to mystify for their own sake. That they tend to take something that, it's an interesting problem to solve, and they want to leave it as a mystery.
Not in things like NCIS.
Yeah, I don't really see that one. Is that a crime show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
don't
there's
see-
a lot
Okay.
of personality.
But I remember the
entertainment.
Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone is a fantasy. So you assume the fantasy is true.
No, but I'm saying the conceptual basis for a lot of, what we want to do is stand on a fresh conceptual basis here. And that would give us a creative platform to have a lot of fun,
Well, I think I have a very literal mind.
I know you do.
I like to think of things that
So what am I?
the things that are concrete, not even just allegorical and metaphorical. I like to see, some examples.
But even the concrete's metaphorical. When you get down, especially when you get down to the math, you get down to the axiomatic level, somebody's got to create those things. Like what's zero? Is it a point, between -1 and 1?
Well, that's a good
Or is
point.
it-
That's a
or
good point,
Is
because-
it the null set? I mean, these are both conceptual
Oh, yeah, I
ideas
agree.
of zero
That's a
that
good
don't
point,
even
that-
agree with each
That's a
other.
good point, that
I
the only
agree.
reason math works at all is
But
because
don't you see-
somebody agrees that,
Don't you see the whole
This is
thing?
how
What's
it
in-
works.
What's
Yeah.
infinity? You got to buy
Right.
that just like Jesus. Man.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Eugene
Yeah, it's
Wigner
an
said,
adjective.
have you read this thing? What are the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics?
See, that's what I was
Hey,
trying to
what's
say.
You gotta buy it just like.
That's what I was trying to say, is once you take an adjective that's a noun, is Jesus.
No, Jesus is a noun.
It's an adjective.
No, it isn't.
How is Jesus an adjective? Tell us.
Jesus loves you.
No, that's a noun.
No, it isn't.
Learn some syntax. It's a noun. Jesus loves you is a noun.
I'm gonna Jesus you, man.
Yeah, that's a verb.
You're so Jesus. No, there you go.
Speaking of Jesus, Lee, there's an adverb.
You're so Jesus.
All right,
I got the
So
adjective.
anyway,
I gotta look at the syntax on this.
Hard to make it into. Yes.
okay guys,
Hard to make it into presentation. Interjection, Jesus.
He's went and gone Jesus on us again.
Yeah.
Do I hear a hallelujah?
Jesus on a stick.
That's still a noun.
Still in there.
No, that's a,
No,
that's,
Jesus stick. No, there's
Jesus
something.
on a
No,
stick.
Jesus
That's
stick.
a- no,
Jesus.
that's-
A cross is
that's
a
an
Jesus
expla-
stick.
no, that's-
there is noun used as an adjective.
no, that's an exclamation.
Well, that's
Jesus on a stick.
Well,
That's
yes,
a noun.
but still a noun. It's a
The
adjective.
Jesus stick is.
A Jesus stick. Yeah.
A Jesus
There's-
stick.
Okay.
I'm
there
gonna
it is.
hit you upside the head with my Jesus stick.
You're right.
No, that's a noun.
Praise
No,
Jesus.
usually-
That's a noun.
No, it's
Is
an
that
adjective.
another way of
It's a noun
saying
used as an
Jesus
adjective.
kebab?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, he
listen.
wasn't burnt at the stake.
That's right.
Next session, if there is a next session, are you guys gonna have coffee?
Yeah, well, we're gonna have coffee.
Okay, all right.
There'll be
Yeah,
a
let's-
Yeah, there'll be sessions forever.
Okay, so what I need to know, I mean, for my sake, is,
Problem is, we're having too much fun with the
Yeah.
process. Yeah.
I'm busy
Well,
like.
why is that
you
a
and
problem?
you.
Wait a minute.
It just ended.
That could
just
be
ended the
our
bull
whole
session.
presentation.
Ended the bull
That's what I
session.
got through saying.
Okay.
I'd be busy, and if I'm gonna take on this, you know me, I'm busy, right? And if
I'm
I'm
busy
gonna
too.
take on this, one, it's gotta be fun, two, it's gotta be jazz, and three, it's gotta be excellent.
What do you mean by jazz?
I mean, if we're gonna do this thing together, we
There
have
has
to
to be
have
some
some.
improvisation, is that what you're trying to say?
Collaborative improvisation.
No, we have to have a couple brainstorm sessions where we have a lot of fun with coming up with creative ideas.
Oh, okay,
Do
okay,
that.
okay.
That's,
Yeah.
Jazz
We'll have
actually
all
just
sorts of that.
is another way of saying we have to have fun with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It
so
means
in
sex,
order to
really.
do that, no, in order
That's
to
where
do
it came
that,
from.
there's two ideas I have for the end game of that.
Okay.
Okay, which is one is of course, like I mentioned before, the rap, but the other is this woman Chloe who has the Greek theater here.
Has the what?
The Greek, she calls it the Greek theater or something. One of Fred's friends. Okay, and she asked me if we're gonna do anything while I'm down here to contact her and
Okay.
stuff like that. But you know,
Well, let's go take a look at this Greek theater.
Well, first, let's decide what we're gonna do.
we're gonna have coffee.
We'll have the coffee or something, yeah.
Is that
And
just
then-
you guys, or can I be in on that? Or?
You can if you want, I don't care.
Okay,
Why
let's
don't you
let's
let-
do
why don't
something
they let
else.
them
Let's
fight it
let's
out?
figure out when the next meeting is going to be. Because
well, let's
is
let
this
them.
okay?
You know, you guys fight it out and then call us. Because if
Yeah.
you guys don't come
You
to an
need to
agreement,
get on Facebook, we got this bulletin board set up.
In
and
fact,
we're
the whole-
posting
scared
stuff to it.
shitless now.
The whole, I just
All you
posted
gotta do
it.
is
Call
come up
yourself
with
something else.
Don't put your name, that way you don't have to worry about somebody coming after you. Just create,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
not on the
some.
lam or anything. I'm
you know.
just busy.
Just call yourself something else.
I'll create the account for you
Okay.
if you
I
want.
want to be called was is but will be.
There you go.
No,
Right
was
now,
is will be.
My memory's.
Was
Was
is-
is will be.
Was is will be. Was
Like W-Z-I-Z?
no WAS.
Oh, I thought, well, let's just spell it weirdly.
No.
How about
WAS.
W-Z? I
What's
thought
where
it
that?
Well, two
was.
names, so I can have an email account of was WAS
Okay,
IS
okay.
WILLB
Just B?
BE.
Was is will be.
Yeah,
Okay.
was is will be like science. The card.
Was is the first name and will be?
Yeah.
What was is will be.
W-I-S-I-S.
But the whole account name will be was is will be.
Okay, one word.
Actually,
That's awful
Facebook
long.
needs a first name and a last name.
Okay,
So
then
was is will be.
Was is will be.
Was
Was is will be.
Why don't you just put W-I-L, why don't you do just like
No, I
market?
want it spelled normal,
All right.
like
all
will
right,
be, because
okay.
it's like, you know, the whole of life, was, is, will be.
Will be.
All right.
All right.
And our secret group on Facebook is called The Board.
The board?
The
Okay.
Board.
The board.
And
okay.
you'll find that on there yesterday I posted the whole first novel by Burroughs.
Wow,
If
you
you're
did?
interested in reading that. Yeah, you don't have to go find it anywhere, it's just right there.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
The Princess of Mars, is that the one?
Is
Yeah,
that-
Princess of Mars.
Princess of Mars.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
I just figured, you know, since John's play is so heavily influenced by that,
Was is will be,
public
right?
domain that's available. So.
W, you know,
Okay, now what is your
Password?
your email address?
I need to set that
Oh,
up too.
Well, you got, we'll just use your Saint cigarette.
But I don't need, a security brooch on that.
It's,
No, I'll create a password and tell you what it is.
You can just
No,
create
you
a
know
whole
what?
new email address.
If you
Yeah,
want to.
I'm gonna do was this will be as a new, I'll just do a Yahoo account when I get back right now.
Okay, I don't know if that may be taken, but
Okay,
maybe
Well,
was is
ca-
underscore
call
will
him
be
and tell him
probably
that
won't
when
be.
you've done that.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that as soon as I get back.
But you have my email address,
I
right?
do, yeah.
So just email me
Is
this
that
new
new?
email address.
Okay, I think I did it.
So, what progress have we made tonight?
They're gonna have coffee and then we're gonna have a jazz session, hopefully, unless they kill each other,
Okay.
We are not even close, my goodness.
if you know what I mean. It's the season to be jolly. I better be saying this.
You don't know about that? You've never seen it before?
No, yeah, it's fantastic. I told you, I thought they're all independent things, you know.
Just cogs in the machine.
Yeah. That's really great. That was it's an airwave, I imagine. I mean,
Anyway, it goes on and on.
yeah, but that's terrific.
It's kind of more fun to watch it at Christmas
You need to
time than
retune
in
it though,
February.
you know?
Oh no, I love it.
Oh, it's microtone already.
Yeah.
It's the timbre of the bells. It's actually fairly in tune, but but since the harmonics are not correct, then
Yeah.
It's just the whole thing of listening to Christmas carols in February.
you see each one is going,
All right, so our meeting is done.
yeah.
So listen, just one second
So-
before we're done.
They want to get Sunday
How do you
night.
like my
Is just if
you like my
there could
wallpaper?
be some high intel input.
Last thing ever written by Mahler.
I'm not surprised.
Listen, before
With
this,
his notes to Alma.
Arthur,
What did all my dogs?
send us out on a nice note.
1964.
I am,
He died
and I'm
in
trying to.
1911. The
I keep
synthesis.
thinking he was about a, decade or so later, but it's like.
No. He was 50 and she was old.
Now, I've got to set this up for you.
I don't know how old, but she was
On
old.
the upper right, it'll say home.
He
You
was
hit
Yeah.
an awful young
home.
American.
Okay,
Then on the left
Well,
side,
yeah,
you'll
she was
see
only 21.
groups,
when she
the
married.
board.
He was.
Gotcha.
40.
Okay.
Click on that and then it puts you on the bulletin board.
excellent, okay, all right.
Or even 42.
Okay, Arthur's gonna
Then you'll
say
have to
something to
Okay.
close
I'll-
us down.
I'll fix it.
Doesn't have to, anything to do about Mahler, okay?
Yeah.
I know. I just